Now that we've added all our events into the back-end dashboard for ezEvents, now I want to show you how we can display those events on the front end of our website. Right now I'm looking at the event page that's created by default when ezEvents is added into the system. As you can see, here's a list of all the events that I've added in to the system currently. One thing you might notice that's different between a couple of these events is that weekly meetings isn't actually a clickable link, whereas Labor Day weekend and my birthday are clickable links and will take you to that second page. The reason why weekly meeting doesn't show up with that link is because I chose to exclude the link from that event. So now the user can't go to that second page and learn more about it. I just want them to see the information here, that it's in the boardroom, what time it is, what date it is, and then the description that I've added for it as well. But I do want people to learn more about these other events like the Labor Day weekend. And when I click on it, it'll take me to that page that'll tell me the date, how long it is, where it's located at, and any other information that I've added for that event. So let's go back to that event screen and show you how the default block that's added on that page can easily be customizable however you want to display your events. So I'm going to go up to Edit Page, and then I'm going to click on this block and edit it. As you can see, we have a title for our block, the number of pages we're going to show, which are events. We can filter out what categories based on the categories we've set up in the system. We can display pagination that allow us to show more pages based on how many pages we show at a time. So if we're showing 10 and there's more than 10 events to be displayed, it'll give us the option to show page 1, page 2, page 3, and so forth. We're going to show the location of the website where we're going to pull those event pages from. Later on I'll show you how you can set up different sections for your events and then pull in from different sections of your site. For right now, this is just set to beneath this page because currently the system adds all events underneath that events page. You can also provide an RSS feed that will allow users to quickly see all the new events that you add whenever a new event is added to the system or taken out of the system. You can also limit how long those description or summaries are based on the number of characters. This is set to truncate after 128 characters currently. So what I can do now is, let's say I only want to show events that are set to weekly meetings. So I'm going to select that filter and then update this. As you can see now, all the other events in the system that aren't of the weekly meeting type are not showing up, and all I see now are the weekly meetings. Another option you'll have is to choose how you're going to show this. Currently, by default, it shows as a list. We could show this as a calendar if we wanted, on a month-by-month basis. As you can see, there might be some ways that the view is not working correctly, but this is just in the edit mode. So once we get out of the edit mode and actually publish these edits, you'll see what it actually looks like. As you can see, here's my calendar view of all the events. And when I roll over an event, I see the name, the location, the time of the event, and then that description that we wanted to show. I can go to the next month, but based on our settings, we won't see any other events in the system. So let's go back to the next month. And go to edit this page, and I'll show you the two other options that we have to view this block. So I'm going to go to custom template again, and then I'm going to go to the thumbnail list. I'm also going to go and edit the block and show all of my events to see if I have any events that actually have a thumbnail assigned to them. Let's update that. There you go. You can see one. The formatting isn't exactly correct again, but once we get out of the edit mode, everything will be formatted correctly. I only recommend using the thumbnail list if you actually add a thumbnail image to all the events in your system. It looks kind of odd having some white open space along the left-hand side if only a couple of them have an image associated to it. As you can see, I've added this cupcake image next to the My Birthday event that's scheduled for September 11th. And the final view that we have is actually a weekly view set up for the ezEvents add-on. So I'm going to edit the page and go and edit this block and show you that other view here. Click on it on the block and click Custom Template again, and then show you the week view. Update that. And again, the formatting may be wrong, but just exit out of the edit mode and publish your edits and you'll see what it looks like. So again, you'll see all your events that are set to show up in the system. When you roll over that event, it'll show the event name, place, time, and the little description that we've set up for that event as well. You can go week by week and see what events are set up for your system. So here's my Labor Day weekend. As you can see, the Labor Day weekend shows up with a gray background for the whole event. That means that's an all-day event. Whereas my weekly meeting doesn't have a gray background and it has the date and time the time in there. So that means that that event's only going to take place from that time to that time. So those are the different views of the ezEvents add-on that you can do. So one example for this would be, here's my events page, and on my events page, I'm going to set this up to be a list of all my events. So that means I'll go in, set the custom template to be the list, update that, and once it updates the view, then I'm going to go in, edit the block itself to make sure I'm showing all my categories and displaying 10. Actually, I'm going to knock that down to only be 5. And then everything else here is correct. Actually, I don't want to show an RSS feed, so I'm going to turn that off as well and update this section here. So then I'm going to exit edit mode and publish my edits. Once my edits are published, now what I want to do is I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I want to go in my sitemap, and on the home page I want to show some events that are tied to my company. So I'm going to go visit that home page, and I'm going to edit this page. There's nothing currently on it, so I'm going to add a new block. So I'm going to click the Add to Main, add a block. I'm going to scroll down until I find the ezEvents list. I can give this a title, so I'm going to call this My Company Events. I'm going to display up to 5 at a time, and let's go and show my workshop event. And I want to use pagination, so if I go over that limit of 5, I'll just have multiple pages of events. And I want to look beneath another page. I want to go and look underneath the events page, because that's where all my events are stored currently. And I don't want an RSS feed, and I'm not going to truncate my summaries. So I'll add that to the page. As you can see, by default it adds a list view. It's not exactly right, but again, once we exit the edit mode and publish our edits, everything will display correctly. So now I easily have a list of all the workshops that are set up in the system on the home page. This is an easy way, as you can see, to add events to different sections of your site depending on the category that's set to them.